everyone, my name is Molly, and today we are here to talk about Teen Wolf Season 6, Episode 13, which was directed by our very own Tyler Posey. It was an okay episode. I mean, the season so far has been okay. It hasn't been, insanely exciting or impressive, but it's Teen Wolf. They have their ups and downs in seasons, and I feel like this season will be good finale-wise. I feel like the last 3 episodes are going to be really strong. And that's the hope I'm holding on to during these filler-type episodes where we don't really know that we're fighting anything, so we're not fighting anything, and we're just all kind of standing around and following these little small story arcs. There's nothing wrong with that, it just doesn't make for an exciting adventure at the moment, but that's not to say that the actors aren't doing really good jobs or that the storyline is horrible. It's not. It just is kind of not understood at the moment. I feel like there were a lot of elements in this episode of Season 1 and Season 3B. That is all I'm going to say for you non-spoiler people. I think Tyler did an excellent job directing the episode, and you could definitely tell it was a good director and a good producer and a good team. So that was really nice to see because I'm really proud of Tyler and how far he's come because he started the show as like a little 18-year-old. Now he's like this big director. So if you haven't watched the episode, go watch it and then come back and we could talk about it. But I'm going to say goodbye to you now, so goodbye! Okay. Episode 13. Brett. We're following Brett because Brett has been attacked by creepy guidance counselor lady, who I have no idea what her name is. I don't know if she ever got a name, but I'm gonna call her guidance counselor. So, guidance counselor shoots Brett. Brett gets away. So Brett's running. He has this arrow through him, which is covered in wolfsbane. Yay! He slams into the tree to get the arrow out. He throws himself against the tree and then pulls it out of his back. Oh my god, my heart. I was like, I can't believe he just did that. He sets up this trap for guidance counselor to fall into, which it was a good trap. It was a good idea, but why stay in the area? He stayed there to see if the trap worked. Leave. Run! During this episode, we also find out that Mason is having these visions of the dead body that they found everywhere. This body is everywhere he looks. He reminds me a lot of Styles, specifically in 3B, when he's having this discussion with what's-his-face. Because he's sitting there and he's like, do you know what an after image is? And then he goes into this whole explanation about what an after image is, and then he's talking about how he can see the body everywhere and it never leaves him and he hates to be alone. Oh my god, my heart. I felt so freaking bad for Mason. That scene with him and Liam, they really felt like brothers there, and it just, my heart. And then Corey and Mason, I love them so much, and I love whenever they have scenes together, so it was just, they're so cute. This episode, we get to see some parent action, which is exciting because I miss the parents. I love them so much. So we get to see Melissa and Arjun interact. Now, I don't think they've seen each other since Melissa kissed him, which has been a while. So, what? Why? Melissa is working with this dead body. She gets, super scared, and there's weird sounds, and she's like, and she leaves, and then she calls Arjun. She's like, I didn't know who else to call. I need you to go in there and get this tissue sample. He's like, why can't you do it? And she's like, just go in there. So he goes in, and he comes back out, and he's like, I felt terror. And so, what is going on with this body? Is the fear being amplified by it? I don't understand, because that's not the fear monster. We know it's not. So, how is that happening? So, of course, this fear monster, I'm gonna call him fear monster, but that spider kid, the one that got eaten by spiders and then is somehow still alive even though he's the dead body in the morgue. Yeah, so that kid. He is encouraging creepy stabby kid Nolan to go over to Mason and Corey and to stab Corey. Yay! Good idea! Of course, creepy spider kid is creating all these issues. So we're walking through the underground tunnels in Beacon Hills, and we want to find Brett, and Scott gets stabbed. Why Scott gets stabbed? I don't know, because it's a tripwire, right? And it's set up, but the stick or the stake or whatever it is hits Scott, who's at the back of the group. How does that happen? Shouldn't it be the person that set off the tripwire get stabbed Like, why would you set it for behind the tripwire? It made no sense to me. But anyway, so Scott gets stabbed with Wolfsbane, and Liam leaves him to go and find Brett. Because he's like, oh my god, we are dealing with these experienced hunters, but like, I can handle it. Honey, first of all, you've been having control issues for a while now, so like, I don't know if you can really handle anything. Second of all, this is season 1 all over again. Scott and the pack have dealt with hunters before, specifically Gerard. We know how he works, and we know what he's planning. So like, why do we leave Scott, our source of information, while he's dying of Wolfsbane? Like, why? We get this touching scene where Brett's sister is talking about how Brett tried so hard and trained so hard in lacrosse to get into this private school because she didn't have any friends and she needed like a new start. My heart at that scene was just like, Brett, you're such a good guy, and like, please don't die. Like, make it through this episode, please. We have this scene with the creepy stabby kid and Maury, and like, Mason is like, so yeah, I don't think any of this is on the test, so I don't know if you really want to be studying it. And then like, they keep talking to him, and I get why they talked at the beginning, because, you know, it's just some weird kid. But like, as it went on, it got more and more obvious that this kid had another agenda and another reason for being over there and doing these things. So I was like, alright, let's get out of here. Move away from this child. But they didn't. They just stood there, sketched out. And then creepy stabby kid stabs Corey. And Corey heals, and he shows the whole library that he healed. And then he walks away with this pen coated in blood. He's like, what are you gonna do with that? And then Lydia runs into creepy stabby kid and is like, 68, 68. What does this 68 have to do with anything? That was a funny scene, by the way, when like Maury was distracting her. But she runs into creepy stabby kid, sees the pen, and I was like, oh, she's gonna figure it out. She's gonna stop him. She's gonna take the pen. She didn't. She just let him go, and I was like, damn you. Scott and Malia have this moment. Okay, so I wasn't totally set on shipping them because I was like, whatever, like, they haven't had that many scenes. I don't really have any feelings on them. Now I ship them, because that scene where Scott is dying and Malia's trying to take his pain was adorable. And they're talking about Styles, and they're like, we should have called Styles, but we shouldn't have. We almost lost him last time. And then Scott's like, Styles would be okay. And Malia's like, with what? And Scott's like, with us. And I was like, oh, Scott. And then Melissa and Argent are like hanging out at Melissa's house or whatever. Argent's like, I should have called, right? And Melissa's like, should I have called? And they're like, did you want to call? And they were like, oh, hell yeah. And it was so funny because it felt like such them. Like, it was such a them scene. And I was like, and then he's like, I should go. And Melissa's like, you don't have to. And I was like, oh, yes, Melissa. Yes, girl. And yes, so I really hope they stay together and they get together forever. And I hope there's an awkward scene where it's like, I dated your daughter, but now you're dating my mother. And it's like, what? We'll get there. So Brett and Lori think they make it out of the tunnels, but Brett gets hit by a car. I don't think Lori's dead, even though she got hit by the car, but Brett is dead. And it's so sad and depressing because I thought Brett would make it through the episode. He did not deserve his fate. There's this shot of Liam, and he catapults out of the pothole, and he comes up and he's like, ha! And it was just such a weird shot. Like, I get that he's a werewolf and everything, but it was such a weird shot of him. And then all these people start gathering around because some kid died and got hit by a car, you know, so they're all gathering. And Liam's standing there with his fangs out and his eyes glowing, and he just stands there. He doesn't run away, doesn't try to control it, he just kind of, like, looks around. And I was like, dude, put the fangs away, because everybody's getting scared now, and now you've been revealed as a werewolf. Like, it's not like you're a superhero where you have another identity. You are still Liam Dunbar, but now you're a scary werewolf. I didn't understand why he just stood there. So Gerard has decided he wants to create an army of hunters to kill all the werewolves, not just one. And he wants to build that army through fear because that is the strongest weapon. Does this have a connection to the fear monster? Does this mean even if Gerard is not working with it currently, he will work with it in the future to create more fear for the fear army to defeat everybody else? Or is Gerard the fear monster? Like, are they the same? There's so many connections that could happen with Gerard and this fear monster. So I definitely see something like how the Canima went happening with this fear monster. So we get the promo for next week. Gerard is like on Scott's side all of a sudden, and he's like talking to Argent, and he's like, so tell Scott to run, but like, you want him dead. So like, are you pretending to be on our side? Or are you warning him like, oh hell yeah, I'm gonna kill you? So I didn't really understand the promo for next week, but I guess we'll see where it takes us. So those were my thoughts on episode 13. Let me know what you guys thought, if you have any of your own theories about this fear monster or Gerard, or if you agree with any of mine. If you haven't seen any of my other episode talks, they will all be linked down below. Make sure to go check them out. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you are looking for more Teen Wolf content or other TV show or book content, make sure to subscribe because I try to upload a video every week. That's it for this video, guys. I try to upload a video every week. If you like my videos, then subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!